Everyone, and welcome to Stamp and Chat Live. It is release party night, and we are so excited to be with all of you this evening. Tonight, we have brand new stamp sets, die sets, and a brand new kit, and we know you're going to love everything that you see. Now, one little thing I do want to say is when you go to the website to place an order tonight, if you go to the website to place an order tonight, you will notice that all of the new products say pre-order. We are still waiting for a couple boxes to arrive, and they've already shipped to us, and they should be here either tomorrow or the next day. We are hoping, but to be safe, it says on their pre-order and that orders will start to ship next Monday, because that's our worst case scenario. And we didn't want to disappoint. We'd rather surprise you than disappoint you. But with that being said, we highly recommend that if you're going to place an order, to place the order, because the inventory is all that we have and the kits are all that we have. And this kit isn't going to be reproduced once it sells out. So if these are things that you want, make sure that you get them. We promise we're going to do everything that we can to start shipping sooner. But Monday will be the absolute latest day that we will start. So I hope everybody sees that and understands that we normally don't do a pre-order because that's just not really something that our website can do. Like, we can't pre-order certain things and then ship other things. But our whole release is missing a few boxes of things that are on the way. They just got behind because of staffing shortages. You know how that is. And 2 machines were down too. 2 of the stamp making machines. So, but it's all good now. Everything's back up and running. We are excited. And tonight we are going to be filled with inspiration because we've got 4 of our illustrators with us tonight. We have Lisa, we have Arjita, we have Debbie Warner, and we're going to grand finale our illustrator segment with Melanie Menchinger. And then I'm going to show you our brand new kit. But before we get started, why don't we take a look at the brand new incentive set? I know that I posted this on Facebook, but not everybody's on Facebook. So I wanted to show you this brand new set. So this set is called Everything Nice. Look how cute this little set is. Everything Nice. There we go. Is that too close, Tom, or pretty good?
That's cute.
Okay. So it's got this cute little pumpkin image that I cannot wait to color. It's got the cute little bee with the honey. Honestly, I think that this kind of image, just any time of the year, is perfect. It's adorable. And then some great sayings. You are pumpkin spice and everything nice, and give thanks in everything. So this set is yours free with any $75 in product purchase. That's before any sales tax, or if you have like a credit or something that our customer service gave you for something and you wanted to use it in the store. So this is $75 worth of product. Credit would count as product, but I was going to say coupon codes, but we don't have any coupon codes. So before tax and shipping, that's what I mean. $75 before tax and shipping, you get this free. You don't have to do anything. It automatically ships with your order of $75 or more. So we're so excited about this one. And I actually might use this stamp in my card tonight because I am just really smitten with that. I just think that's so pretty. All right, everybody. So now I want to introduce our very first illustrator. And before we bring her segment in, I want to show you her new stamp set. So let me back up this camera just a little bit, and I'm going to show you what she has for us. So this is her first stamp set. Let me find her information here. Here we go. So This stamp set, look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? This is called Grow Through. This is one of the brand new stamp sets by Lisa Hetrick. It's got this giant sunflower here that's in this kind of, oh gosh, what would you call that? Freeform design. Then it's got these other freeform designs that make perfect corners for your cards. Then she's got a two-step stamp here for this beautiful sunflower. And these could also be daisies. So this stamp set, I think, would look really great in the summer and the spring too. And these beautiful little branches and this swirly design that I can't wait until I see what she does with that. And then it's got these great greetings, grow through what you go through. I love that. And just breathe. And of course, it's got a coordinating die set that includes a magnet. Everything is all included in this package. You open it up and lay it out just like on the picture here. Then we've got a second stamp set by Lisa tonight. We've got this beautiful one called Happy Life. Oh, I love this one too. Look at this moon. Isn't that so cool? I know it's probably not a moon and the way Lisa is going to use it, but autumn always reminds me of the moon, that harvest, and just so pretty. These gorgeous two-step flowers, branches, and leaves. And then it says, happiness is having you in my life, or happiness is an inside job. And once again, it comes with, or you can get a full set of dies that comes with the magnet, and you can lay it out just like the picture here on the front. So these are Lisa's brand new sets, and we're going to turn over our evening here over to Lisa. So welcome, Lisa.
Hi, Gina. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me into your homes tonight. I'm super excited for this release, this mega release, and I'm so grateful to be here. So I've got two brand new stamp sets that I'm going to share tonight, and I've got lots of inspiration to share, and I'm going to show you how these two stamp sets mash up and make some really super, super fun cards. I'm super excited to share these two stamp sets, Grow Through and Happy Life. They're super fun. They work together really well. They're also in proportion to other stamps, of course, in my line. And I'm just really excited to share the inspiration with you. So let's go ahead. Let's go to the down camera and let's walk through both stamp sets, all of the inspiration, and some of the little tips and tricks for using these two sets. Let's do it. So let's just dive right in. Okay, the two stamp sets that I'm sharing with you are called Grow Through and Happy Life. So the one on the left is Grow Through and the one on the right is Happy Life. They have lots of really fun mashup kinds of coordinating stamps that work together well, but they also work individually by themselves. There's also a coordinating die set that is available for both of these stamps. So let's dive in and let's take a peek at Grow Through first. So I've got everything stamped out here, but let's take a quick look at the stamp set. This stamp set I created with a lot of different abstract solid backgrounds. So you can do lots of great techniques with these solid backgrounds or just use them plain. I've got some really fun whimsical elements here, the center of a floral, and I also have that little smattering of hearts there. I've got some two-step stamping for this Cosmos flower. And I also have a small version of the flower as well. Some leafery and the two sentiments, just breathe and grow through what you go through. Just a really fun, positive sentiment. The coordinating dies, I'm showing you the coordinating dies here. There are two dies for the two big honkin' florals. So you have two options here. You can get you can get the floral to be a little bit closer when it's cut or a little bit further out, giving it a little bit of a lip. So you have options here. And the same with the two-step stamped version. You can get it cut a little bit closer, or you can have use the other die, and it'll cut with a little bit more of a lip, so it'll be extended out a little bit. There's also a die for the smaller flower here, and there are 2 dies for the graphic leafery elements that are in the set as well. Super, super fun. Loving this set so, so much. And I'm going to show you so much fun inspiration with it. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a peek at Happy Life. Okay, so here's Happy Life. And there are abstract botanical elements in this one as well. I've got this beautiful crescent moon shape that is a solid and also an open line. There's a lot going on in this stamp set. So let's just dive in. This flower is an alstroemeria, and I've got it set up to do some 2-step stamping. I also have some of the graphic elements that you would see in an alstroemeria petal. The 2 sentiments that I have here is happiness is an inside job and happiness is having you in my life. So we've got these botanical elements here that do a lot of things. I've got some 2-step stamping here, as well as some individual leafery elements. And we've got all of these different shapes here that can give you some really fun abstract stamping options. The botanicals are super fun. I'm going to show you how you're going to layer them together. But I also have like some just interesting elements that go along with the crescent moon. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you all the different dies that are available in the companion die set. That crescent moon also has a whimsical little ribbon that you can use to attach the top, like to attach it to the top of your card, which is super fun. The fun thing about these shape dies is that they can be used with the stamps, or you can use them with your favorite pattern papers or ink blended papers to create some really fun die cuts. So the leafery die cut here that I'm showing you works with the 2 different leafery pieces. Same thing with the alstroemeria. It works with the different 2-step stamping pieces for the flower and the leafery. And I'm just kind of showing you how that die works with both. Okay, let's dive into the inspiration. Now, all of my cards I'm sharing here also have a little bit of a mashup going. So this is a really super fun card showing that crescent moon and the leafery and the alstroemeria. And I've got that little whimsical ribbon at the top. Just a really easygoing card. It comes together super, super quickly. I'm also using some of the new colors that are coming out tonight as well. Okay, so here is another fun card where I've used the crescent moon. This is a mashup. I've used the crescent moon as my vase for the leafery. I've done some 2-step stamping with that leafery. I've used that heart and dot explosion stamp just to create a little bit of whimsy. And I popped that cosmos flower right there on the top. And it's just super easygoing and super fun. This might be my favorite card. It might be my favorite card out of everything I'm sharing with you. And I'm just showing you how I used the dies and the stamps for those organic images, those abstract images to kind of create just this really kind of elevated, modern kind of card making look with some abstract botanicals. Now, this one is showing a little bit of a sneak peek of some of the pattern papers that are coming out in tonight's kit. And I've also just kind of paired up the shapes and the botanicals to create this whimsical card. And I used the dies to cut out some pattern paper just to add a little bit of an extra element to the whole look of this card. It's just super fun. I love this card. This one might be my favorite card. I know I just said the last one might be my favorite, but I think this one might be too. Okay, this is a mashup that I'm absolutely loving. I've got the leafery going here. I did a little bit of watercoloring with that alstroemeria, and then I also did a little bit of gold embossing with that line element, that whimsical line, to just kind of give it some wavelength and some flow for this card. Super, super fun. Okay, this card got a little bit away from me, but that's okay. It's just super fun to create using the abstract elements from Grow Through and using them around the edges. They're great border abstract elements. And I just did some more gold embossing and created a little bit of a pattern with that Cosmos and dropped the Thanks die cut right over top of it as well. Okay, you know me and patterns. I'm always looking for ways to create patterns with my stamp, and this one was super fun to just kind of layer up some of those new colors that are coming out tonight and use the squiggle in gold emboss just to create a little bit of a modern look, modern botanical look. Now this one, super modern botanical look and really fun using that abstract background, changing up the colors, did a little bit of gold embossing and just used those sweet little botanical elements to just kind of ground the card with a little bit of whimsy there with Grow Through What You Go Through. Okay, this one might be my favorite card. I know I just said the other two are my favorite, but I think this one is my favorite because I love the way I just mix mashed those abstract elements. We've got florals here. We've got a lot of movement and it's really graphic, but it's very kind of trendy and fun. And I'm just loving the way it came out. Okay, as with all of my stamp sets, there are 2 free card idea sheets for both of these sets. Happy Life card ideas and the Grow Through card ideas. Now, I'm sharing lots of different ideas in these 2 free downloads that I didn't even create tonight to share with you. So super fun, lots of fun ideas, especially showing you the different ways you can use the abstract stamps for border elements for your card projects. Okay, let's take another look at both stamp sets and the coordinating dies. So we have Happy Life here on the left and Grow Through over here on the right. Now they work well together, but they also work very well individually. You'll have a lot of fun with them. So the Happy Life and the Grow Through stamp sets are available now at GinaKDesigns.com. I hope you enjoyed all of the inspiration that I shared with you tonight. I have more card tutorials coming, more lives with these stamp sets and more over the next couple weeks. Thanks so much, Gina. And I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to be with all of you tonight. And I'll see you next time.
Lisa, that was amazing. And I was laughing the whole time because every time you brought out a new card, you said it was your favorite. But I totally get that because each time you brought out a new card, it became our favorite too. What fantastic sets. Lisa, thank you so much for being with us. Now, we know we're having website problems. If everybody could just be patient, I pinned comments both on Facebook and on YouTube that our server is super slow right now. People are refreshing and refreshing and refreshing and refreshing. And it's like the equivalent of like 100,000 people trying to be on the website at the same time, and it's just clogging everything up. But just hang in there. Our IT department is on the phone with our provider, and they are trying to figure out what they can do to help escalate and make more space. We keep buying more space month after month, and it never seems to be enough. But we're doing our best. We've got lots of product in stock, so hang in there and maybe just enjoy the next maybe 15 minutes of the video and then go back and try again. That might work. Now, we've got 4 illustrators with us tonight, but we have a couple that aren't here, so I'm going to show you their stamp sets. So the next illustrator I want to showcase tonight is Beth Saleka. I've got her sets right here. Let me get my glasses on and let me show you her beautiful new sets. My glasses are all wonky. All right, so this first set is her beautiful new autumn branches. And this has these big, bold greetings, thankful, grateful, blessed, and then all of these really cool elements that you can create, clean and simple cards. You can also add these elements to your different shapes, like your ovals, something like this. Here's an oval. You can see how it just fits right in there. And then you can put your greeting panel on there and then use other flower sets to create floral designs around the oval. Some of these are even bigger for our bigger ovals, bigger squares and rectangles. And it's got tons and tons of greetings in here that are perfect for a grateful heart. So these will all mix and match with grateful, thankful, and blessed from the bottom of my heart. So I'll try to like create them. Thankful from the bottom of my heart, blessed to have you as a friend, incredibly grateful, incredibly blessed, so very grateful, thankful, forever thankful, blessed to know you, have a blessed birthday. Just so many different options. And I love what she did here. She gave us both the single and the couple or family versions of things, because sometimes you're sending a family card, so you want to say grateful to have you in our lives, but other times you want to say I'm blessed to have you in my life. So there's just so many different combinations here, and I really love this one. Words, you can never have enough words, right? All right, so that is her first set. Now her second set, this is absolutely adorable. This one is called Frightful and Delightful. And it's got all of these fun open images that are perfect for coloring. It's got the cobweb and the ghost and the spider, and you can turn him into a silhouette. You can turn a lot of these into a silhouette if you want to by coloring them in black, especially the bats, and then keep the eyes open so the eyes could be yellow or something like that. And then it's got, again, a bunch of fun little greetings like happy boo to you, frightful and delightful, may your day be spooktacular. And you know, I have a couple of people that I've known through the years that actually have a Halloween birthday, and I think it would be really fun to do happy birthday, may your day be spooktacular. I just thought of that when I saw that greeting, and I thought about somebody I know. And then it does have a full set of dies that coordinates with it. Inside this pack is a magnet and the dies, and you just lay them out just like this design on the front. I know, isn't this so cute with the little stars and the moon and feeling spooktacular, perfectly wicked. I always think of Jen Shirkus when I see the word wicked. Perfectly wicked, because she uses that word a lot. Haunting, Halloween, you are happy haunting, happy Halloween, you are spooktacular. So lots of fun ways to use these sets. Make sure you check out our Facebook group and also are on Instagram. We've got lots of inspiration on both Facebook and on Instagram. Our designers are just pounding the samples all over the place, and you'll be able to see some beautiful things done with all of these sets tonight. All right, so next up on our list of illustrators, we have all the way from India. I'm so glad that we're doing these pre-recorded spots now, because now Arjita can join us. And when we look at Arjita's cards, we're all just blown away, right? I feel like my mouth is hanging open the whole time. So let's welcome Arjita into tonight's live.
Hi guys, thank you so much for being here, and I'm sure you must be having a wonderful time watching Gina sharing everybody's beautiful stamp sets, and I can't wait to show the 2 stamp sets I have for you this month. And I absolutely love both of them. This is my favorite style of illustration, and I love creating one big flower in the center and a cascading cluster around it using some tiny flowers and leaves. So both of them are somewhat similar, but featuring a very different flower in both the sets. So one is perfect for your fall, for your Thanksgiving, and actually the flower can be used throughout the year. So the first one is Sensational Sunflowers. So I love sunflowers, and I love coloring them in all kinds of coloring medium. Of course, Copics, pencils, watercolors, everything can be done on this stamp set. This is a very big cluster. Also have the individual flower here and some leaves. The sentiments are absolutely wonderful in a beautiful font, and I absolutely love this. So Gina decided to create dies for every element of the stamp set, and this is going to make so many techniques easy for everybody. So you can do the partial die cutting, you can cut elements, layer them up, and everything is going to be fun, beautiful, and easy. So this is the Sensational Sunflower. I love it. So the next stamp set also features a beautiful flower, which is the Protea, and this is the stamp set. So this one also has an individual flower, the leaves, and I've also included a tiny twig which you can stamp individually, or if you feel like adding another layer, you can tuck it here, under here, or up there. You can enhance the bouquet by using this twig and by just creating a tiny mask. You can just do this and this, all three of them. You can include another flower being masked, and you can. So these kind of elements in my stamp set will give you an option to use these products in your scrapbook layouts as well. So you can use all these tiny elements I have not only in a card, but in a scrapbook layout as well. Are the two beautiful stamp sets being released today, and I hope you pick up both of them, or at least one of them if you like coloring flowers. I had a wonderful time creating inspiration for you all, and I can't wait to show you what all I created. So I will just flip the camera and show you all the card samples. So here is a closer look at the Sensational Sunflowers stamp set. This one is the big bunch I was talking about, and the individual elements. Here is the coordinating die set. So let me show you what all I created using this stamp set. So the first one is this one, for which I heat embossed these floral bunches all around my card base. This is an A2 card base, and then colored all of them using some Karen markers. Once that was done, I added this black wash of color representing a sky or a chalkboard kind of an effect, and finished it with a sentiment stamped in white. This is another one. This is a very simple concept. Just created a mask, did some ink blending on it, and then stamped the line art image in black and finished it with a sentiment. This is the next one, for which I did some pencil coloring and stamped the image with some amalgam ink in Whisper, and this is how it looks. I love pencil coloring, and this is one of my favorites. So the last one from this set is this. This is Copic coloring. I stamped the image on some Nina Solar White paper and stamped the image using amalgam ink in black, and also created this pretty background using one of the stencils from Gina K Designs. So here is the closer look of the perfect Protea stamp set, and here is the coordinating die. For the first card, I stamped the image in some distress ink and antique linen and did a very muted watercolor painting on it using Daniel Smith watercolors. The second one is also watercoloring, but here I did a multi-stamping and created a mask for the entire bouquet and then re-stamped it next to it. So this is also watercoloring. So for the third card, I used these three elements from the stamp set and created my own cluster and finished it with a sentiment stamped on a circle. The circle is from the Master's Layout die. The last one is the entire bunch stamped on Nina Solar White card paper, and did some Copic coloring. Also added some white paint splatters on top to finish the card. So I'll be putting all the close-up shots on my Facebook and Instagram. I will share the link of those handles as well so that you can see them closely. So that's all from my side, and I hope you like the products I created for you. If you will create anything using these, do not forget to share it with me. I will leave my social media links, and I will see you there. Thank you so much, Gina, for having me. It was a pleasure hanging out with you all. Have a great evening ahead, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Arjita, those cards absolutely blew my mind. They are so beautiful. I find it so interesting how you are so amazing at watercolor, and then you throw in a Copic card and throw in a colored pencil card, and they're all just mind-blowing. Thank you so much for making time to be with us tonight. I just want to show the overhead shot because I didn't show her stamp sets, and I don't know if this view is clearer for you, but I want to show you these. So here is the Sensational Sunflowers. I just love how big and bold that is, and the coordinating die set. This just makes me happy. This is great also for home decor and scrapbook pages, because you can cover a lot of real estate with these stamps. A big 12 by 12, just a few stampings, and you'll get a beautiful look. And then this is the perfect Protea. And again, the full die set. And look at how big and chunky this is. I've had a couple of our designers who got this set sent me pictures of this and said, oh my gosh, thank you for sending this to me. I am going to love coloring. Kathy Rakusin from the Daily Marker got this one, and she said, oh my goodness, I cannot wait to color this and show you guys what I can do with it. So these are just beautiful. And Arjita, you've done it again. I never can believe that you're going to be able to outdo yourself, but you always do. So thank you so much. All right. So everybody, let's go to the front shot here. If you're having trouble and you're not seeing the new stamp sets, you do have to refresh. If you've been sitting on the website, the new stuff doesn't just appear. You have to actually refresh because you're sitting in an old version of the website. You have to refresh. You have to go out and come back in. And there are several pages of what's new products. Also, if I'm just talking to Sammy here, Sammy's trying to work on getting the picture of the incentive stamp changed, but she's struggling getting on the website as well. But don't worry, you'll get the new one. Every order that comes through from 7 o'clock tonight on will get the new one, even if the old picture is there. Don't worry about it. We will take care of you. We will make sure you get the right thing. Okay, well now I want to show you the brand new stamps and dies from Hannah Drapinski. Hannah always comes up with something really unique, and this time she's done it again. This set, let me find the little back part of it. This is called Whimsical Wildflowers 2. Look how cute this is with this big mushroom. It's got this big daisy that could actually be a cone flower, like a front view. She's got a side view of a cone flower and a bunch of different leaves that go along with that. She's got this gorgeous big wildflower here, a butterfly, some autumn leaves, and then greetings. Beauty is everywhere. Smile always. You are a treasure. And yes, we did a full die set for that one as well. Love this set. I just, we really needed a mushroom, didn't we? We didn't have a mushroom. So, I mean, we might have some smaller ones, but this is giant. This is really a big mushroom. So I love that. I love the fact that we can cut them out with dies. This one is a definite must-have. And then her other set is this one, and this is called Layered Leaves. And I think I told you in the sneak peek how excited I am about this because I love doing inking techniques. So these big solid stamps allow you to do things like drawing on them with watercolor markers and then spritzing them to get the watercolor, the different colors to kind of blend and ooze together, and then stamping them on watercolor paper, letting them dry, and then stamping all of these veins inside and embossing in gold or silver or black and have that shine, or white. So I love these layered leaves. Then she's also got some nice greetings in here, like just a note, which I think is a great greeting for making gift sets for the holidays. So if you like to make boxes of cards for people for the holidays, you can just put just a note on all of them. And then it could be just a note, and then inside they could write a birthday sentiment, or inside they could write a thank you sentiment. So it's a very good generic stamp for cards that you sell and also gifts that you give when you give that gift of cards. And again, this one has a full die set that coordinates with it. And again, has a full magnet inside, and you just lay it out according to this picture. Yeah, I love her fonts too. She does these great, very sketchy fonts that are beautiful, but they're not too feminine. So they work for just about any card you want. All right, so those are the new sets by Hannah Drapinski. And now it is time to welcome our next illustrator, but I'm going to show you her stamp sets first because I forgot to do that with Arjita and I had to do it after. So the next illustrator that we're going to be inviting tonight to our program is Debbie Warner. And here is her first stamp set. Look how cute this is. This is her haunted house stamp set. And I love this because when my kids were little, we did go trick-or-treating, but times were different then. And I think if I had kids now, I would probably want to do a little party and just have everybody come over, do the candy, do all of those things, right in the house. And this has a whole thing for an invitation. You're invited, event, date, time, place, and RSVP. And one thing I noticed, and I love that Debbie did, is she didn't do this in a creepy Halloween font. So you can use this for invitations for anything, a retirement party, a graduation, whatever you want. But then it's got all of these cute Halloween images in it. The haunted house, stuff to make a graveyard, just adorable. And then full set of dies. Now this die set is a little bit smaller, so it fits on one of our smaller magnets. So the die set itself isn't smaller, but the haunted house was so big that you can fit a bunch of little dies inside, so it didn't take up as much magnet real estate. And then the second set that she's going to showcase for you tonight is this one that is called, here we go. I put the things on the wrong thing. This is called Autumn Scarecrow. And again, we don't have a scarecrow in our collection. Look how cute this is. So it's got this autumn scarecrow, this little stack of owls. Love the stacked owls, the ladybugs, some apples, a tiny mushroom. So now we have 2 mushrooms. And then a sunflower. And this can also double as a sunshine. And then it's got all these great greetings. And I love the bold font that she used because it coordinates so nicely with the delicateness of these images. And once again, full die set for this one, and the magnet is included. So without further ado, let's welcome her to the program. Welcome, Debbie Warner.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our autumn release. It's August 2022, and we have a lot to share with you. I have 2 stamp sets tonight that I want to share with you. The first one is called Autumn Scarecrow. It has fall images. I have a scarecrow, a crow, apples, a mushroom, a sunflower, a stack of owls, and a ladybug. Greetings are happy fall. Thanks for being awesome. Thank you, and autumn wishes. I do have some sentiments that you can use on the inside of your cards as well. A new season, a new beginning. Celebrate the bountiful harvest of autumn. Seasons change, and so can we. Embrace the change. And sending you warm hugs and sweet kisses. And that can be used in just about any card. I do want to show you my inspiration for my owls. You can see these here. This sits by my front door, and I love my owls. And so they were kind of my inspiration for that image. Just wanted to share that with you. So I have some samples I want to show you. I hope you find them inspiring. I hope they give you some ideas and that you have fun creating. So here they are. On this example, I colored the apples with my Prisma color pencils. I used the Harvest Flourish stencil for some interest. I added some of our dewdrops. And the frame and the greeting are from Melanie's new set called Square Starters. On this example, I stamped one of the ladybugs on red hot cardstock and cut it out with a die. I popped it up with some foam squares. Used some of our pearls for the antenna and the eyes, and the scalloped panel is from our Master Layouts 4. On the Scarecrow card, I used colored pencils, my Prisma color pencils, to color the Scarecrow. The background is done with our thick brush stencil, and the vellum oval was cut with Master Layouts 9 and then embossed with our lattice embossing folder. On this card, again, I colored the mushroom with my Prisma colored pencils. I used our brick wall stencil with some glitz glitter gel for some interest. I also used our foliage fillers and a decorative tag die set. This is not done on white cardstock. It's actually done on Whisper. I wanted a little more contrast between the white glitz glitter gel and the paper. On this card, I actually used one of our stencils, the ornamental fans, and I used the rubber mat with my embossing machine, and I dry embossed the piece of paper with the stencil. I used Master Layouts 8 for the flag, and I used some of our rainbow pearls, and again colored those owls with my Prisma colored pencils. All right. I hope you enjoyed those cards and found them somewhat inspiring, maybe gave you some ideas. And please share your cards in our Facebook group. I love to see what you post. And if you haven't, find me on Instagram. I'd love to follow you and see all the cards that you make. So, all right. The second stamp set that I'm releasing tonight is called Haunted House. You can use it to build some haunted, spooky scenes, or you can just use it to create some fun Halloween cards. It can also be used to create a invitation for a Halloween party. And the invitation stamp in there can be used actually for just about any invitation, just mixing it with a different stamp set. So I also have a friend, actually I have two friends that have Halloween birthdays. So I always piece together happy Halloween birthday. So I thought, you know what? I'm making a stamp. And then of course we have Boo and Happy Haunting. And, it's all about Halloween. So let me show you some samples I made with Haunted House. I hope you enjoy them. On this example, I used Gina K Designs white pigment ink to stamp on softstone cardstock. I wanted my ghost to be white and to show up. On this example, I used a little bit of masking to put that tree behind the haunted house, and I used our Swiss dot embossing folder after I cut out the oval with Master Layouts 9, and I stamped the greeting of Happy Halloween prior to running it through the embossing folder. On this example, I used Master Layouts 8 circles, and I also added some frozen rhinestones. They kind of picked up the orange color. On this example, again, I used the circles from Master Layouts 8, actually included that scalloped one as well. I stamped the ghost in Wild Lilac, Key Lime, and Tangerine Twist. And then I added some of our solid clear quartz embellishments. Here I created an invitation for a Halloween party. And once again, I did some embossing with one of our stencils. This is our fizzy stencil on craft cardstock. And here is the inside of the invitation. As you can see, the You're Invited and below could really be used in just about any kind of invitation. So this one is definitely for a Halloween party, so I had to add just a few of those little bats. This was a really fun scene to build. I started with my background, did some ink blending, and the Happy Haunting is actually our white embossing powder. The ghosts I cut out of vellum and just stamped the nose and spooky mouth on them with our black onyx ink. Then I also added some interest with that fence. So I embossed that in our silver, our fine detail silver embossing powder, and I did it on black cardstock, and I really liked the way that turned out. So this is just one example. This is actually a 5x7 card because I wanted to get that tree in there, and I also wanted to get that little doghouse that says beware. Isn't that a fun stamp set? I hope you enjoyed my samples and found them inspiring. Please share with us what you create. We love seeing what you do with our stamp sets. And we love you so much. We really do. Without our wonderful customers, we would be nothing. So thank you again. And thank you, Gina and Tom, for including me in this awesome release. Have fun, everybody, and get crafty. Bye-bye.
Debbie, those were the cutest cards ever. That last one, the way you did the moon glow, I loved it. Really, really cute cards, beautiful sets. I know everybody's going to have a great time using them. I do want you guys to know that if anything does sell out tonight, we already talked to our manufacturer this morning because we knew this was going to be a big release. And they assured us that they would be able to get a reorder to us in about 3 weeks, which would still just be the middle of September, which means there'd be plenty of time left for Halloween, plenty of time left for autumn and Thanksgiving. So we will reorder anything that sells out. What you can do is, if there is a set that's sold out that you wanted, just pop yourself on the wait list, because that helps us determine how much more to order to make sure that you get one. It doesn't reserve one for you, but it does tell us how much to order so that, you know, we know how many people wanted it. The email goes out to you as soon as it goes online, probably before anybody else would even notice that they went back in stock. Okay. Well, thank you, Debbie, and thanks to all of our illustrators. Our next illustrator is waiting in the wings. Well, actually, her spot is all queued up. Pardon me. And I want to give you a look at her 2 new stamp sets. The first one is this beautiful leaves. And she really does have these beautiful solid leaves in here, very delicate veins, which are super nice. I mean, they just barely show up. It's like a mist of veins. And then trees and beautiful branches coming out here. And then I love the greetings in this. Life fails to be perfect, but never fails to be beautiful. This too shall pass. Oh, I've needed that sentiment a lot in my life. Look, I am making all things new. And then, of course, it is a full die set. This is a jam-packed die set. Can you see how many dies are in there? There's, I don't know, like 1 million, 2 million. It has the magnet board in here, and it is absolutely a gorgeous set. I'll let her tell you more about it. And then she's got this set, and this is one of those must-have basics. I really like this. This actually, pardon me, coordinates with our Master Layouts 3 die set, which unfortunately we are still waiting to get back in stock. But so many of you have that one. And because it's a square, you don't need Master Layouts to make it work. You can just cut out a square. This circle works with lots of different dies and circle punches. And then it's got all these fantastic borders and just about every holiday and occasion you can think of. So Square Starters is the perfect set to get your square cards started. All right. Now, there was a question, if we can go back to my front shot, there was a question about the pre-order status. The reason why everything is pre-order status is because there's a couple boxes that haven't arrived yet of stamps. And we didn't want you guys to think that if you ordered at 7 o'clock or you ordered at 8 o'clock, that starting tomorrow morning, those orders were going to ship. We have to wait to get those products in. We've got to get them packaged and labeled. So the latest that we're going to start working on these orders is next Monday. We'll probably start working on them before then, but we'd rather surprise you than disappoint you. And once we get started working on the orders can take anywhere from 14 to 17 business days because of the huge volume of orders that we're getting tonight. So people that got in very early will get their order shipped first. They just ship in the order that they're received. All right, without further ado, you know she's going to knock your socks off. So just get ready, just buckle up, because here she is, Melanie Menchinger.
Hey everyone, Melanie Menchinger here, illustrator for Gina K Designs. Thank you so much for joining us for our release party tonight. I've got 2 sets I'm really excited to share with you, Square Starters and Beautiful Leaves. I've got about 20 minutes of stuff to say and samples and only 10 minutes to do it, so I'm just going to launch right into it. But tell you really want to throw these in your cart. I think they're some of the most versatile sets that I've released in quite a while. The Beautiful Leaves set here, you can see you've got 6 silhouettes here of large leaves, and I've got a little sheet to identify which ones that you have, but then you've also got gorgeous trees, large and small tree branches, acorns, a caterpillar, and several little bird silhouettes you can put in there. So many different types of scenes that you can do, not just for fall, but for year round. These are going to work for any type of card, whether it's birthday, sympathy, thinking of you, and they're fabulous for those masculine cards. So leaves and trees, they're really like flowers on your other cards. The other stamp set that I'm doing tonight is the square starters, and you might have seen my slimline starter set that I did in the fall, which matches one of our master layout set that had that slimline frame in it. This one actually has, and there's more dies in the set, but Master Layouts 3 comes with several large square frames, circle frames, and then small little flags for your greetings. So, and then there's also some smaller squares here. I've got those misplaced right now, so you're not going to see them on my samples tonight. But you can see this large frame here is going to fit in all of those larger square dies, and then the smaller ones are just going to go right inside of it. Additionally, you're going to have these little circle pieces that are going to work for those circle dies, and then you've got all of these different borders and long words that are going to pop right into the edges of this frame. So it's going to look super sharp, super custom, super professional, and it's just so easy making these layouts for you. But I'm going to show you a lot of different ways that you can use these, not just for square cards. So let's just go right into the samples. I have examples of all the things that I'm wanting to tell you about on my cards. So let's just begin, and you're going to see some sets on one and then both sets on others. So here is one. This is the first card that I made with my beautiful leaf set, and you can see I've got the thank you greeting and then that frame on this square card. This will fit inside an A2 sized envelope, and this is a really fun thing to do, to have your images going off both sides, but it will still fit inside an A2 sized envelope. So here I've just got some rolling that I did. I created these with the little Gina K ink cubes, and the bold images are just perfect for those different inky techniques. So I love, love, love this card. Here's another one that I did, and this is using that mandala technique, or you can use your wreath builder. So I just wanted to show this example, and I did a little bit of rolling with the green and the brown on that acorn. And the thankful there, that is also from the Beautiful Leaves set. Another one that I created, I want to show you something that is using just the little tree silhouettes that you have here. This is also using a direct-to-stamp technique with the cubes, and I just streaked on some of the brown after using the yellows and the oranges and the greens for the leaves to create those trunks in the image. And then I just love this greeting, life fails to be perfect, but never fails to be beautiful. And I think that just works so well with trees and leaves, and then the theme of not only just fall, but of life, of those changing seasons. And so marking those beginnings, endings, and passages, I just think it's just very, very beautiful. So just on a clean single layer base and just a little spattering with my markers. So I love that I've got trees and leaves in this set. If you've been with us since 2009, this is actually a 2-step filler set for my original A Year of Leaves sets. This was one of my most popular sets that we ever did, but it was back when we were doing rubber stamps. So we've never done it in clear. Maybe we'll have an opportunity, and this is not all of them, but maybe we'll have an opportunity to release it later. But I just want to show you, if you have those original line art images, then the large leaves will fill those in like a 2-step. And then you can see how you can also perch the little caterpillar. This is in both of those sets onto the leaves. And then I just love this greeting. Gina shared it in her peek, and it just kind of gives a little lump in my throat, but the look, I am making all things new. And I just love that with all of these different colored leaves. Another one I want to share, I showed you there was that small branch, and just want to point out, if you didn't see it before, every single one of the large leaves in here also has a tiny matching leaf. So this is going to be great for little tags, little embellishments, little borders, or if you want to create a sense of depth in your cards, you can have a large leaf in the front and then little ones trailing behind or in the background. So this one, I have used that small branch on both sides, and I've just nested that right into my square starters frame. I got some of the little birds on there, and then I just inked up that one little tiny, I think that's one of the oak leaves in some different colors, and then I also added those acorns. And then just some white highlights. And then I just swiped the pad onto my, I guess this is the prickly pear cardstock. to look like wood grain. So I just love that little vignette there. And I love how just those square frames just give you an instant layout. It's so easy to create layouts, either landscape or portrait style. And you can also put them onto your rectangular cards, not just square cards. Now, here's one that I did, and this is just with the Square Starters set. So this is a little scallop border I created, but I love how when you use it with that one little balloon in different colors, it looks like little streamers. And you can see how that birthday just stretches across. So I love how that's just a seamless border to the frame along with the happy. And again, this fits into an A2 sized envelope. Here's another one I did just using the chevron. These are all the beautiful new ink colors in Gina's new kit this month. And I just want to point out, I love how stamping that balloon over the chevron really gives it the appearance of transparency there. So just fun little details like that on cards that I love. Here is a little Halloween card that I did. So you can see I've got some little fall borders in there. And then I just stamped the happy that also goes with birthday onto one of the little flags. And then you can use your circle punches or the dies for layering those up. And then see there's those different little, there's either a solid or a leafy piece that can accent to go around the words that fit into those little flags or on the circle frame. And then I just created some fun pumpkin borders on there with the leaves and that little pumpkin. Here's one that I want to show you. So this is just 2 layers, this card. So I have just stamped this onto a white panel, and then I've added in several of the different borders here. I've got one that's just a single, or rather a double line, and you can actually divide the square up into lots of different panes. And then I just colored around this fancy border that I have here in the red. And so it really looks like I've got some punches there, some layering. So I just love how that turned out. And then I just added the U inside of that circle. Now you don't always have to use these on your, you don't always have to use the dies or the square. So I just wanted to show you with this set, because it's elemental, there's so many different kinds of borders you can make. So this is that semicircle piece for the label, but I just made it into a large scallop here. And then I just created a thank you card here with the little bow border that's in that set, and then just a smaller scallop and those lines. So just really fun. I mean, there is no limit to what you can do with all of these different borders and pieces, way beyond the Master Layouts 3 set or square cards. Here's another fun one that I did. So I'm trying to show you some different ways to use these square frames. So here I used it a little bit like my inspiration mosaic frame, where I just got them overlapped there. And so this creates a nice little pane here to emphasize my greeting. I've done some blending here. And then I've got some of the little tiny leaves that are going to accent this sweet gum leaf here. So this too shall pass. I just really like this for an encouragement card. And this is a single layer card with my die cut. Something else fun that I want to show you with my square frame there, you can layer it one on top of the other and make something a lot like the frame that I had in my triple play frame, which is now retired. So I just use this on some of the new paper that's in the kit, along with that new fall ephemera. And then this is my Happy Thanksgiving greeting. So just another really fun way to use it. It's just so versatile having that square frame. And of course you can emboss it. I don't have any examples of that today. Here's one that I did here with Lisa's. I just love these wonky square or corner pieces. So I just popped those right into one of my square borders. I'm running out of time. Here is the larger branch that I have in my set. And I actually stamped the new doodled leaves from the new kit on theirs, and then some of my acorns. So just think about that. There's so many flowers and leaves from other stamp sets in this release or in other releases that you can use with these branches. And so you can do a different kind of scale here and just mix and match. And I just think that's so fun. And this greeting is also from the kit. I am running out of time. I actually just hit 10 minutes. I'm going to show you this last one just because I just think this is such a fun and easy masculine card that you can do. Congrats to you with the happy, happy, and some of those borders. So that's just another way that you can use these. I have so much more to show, but that's all the time that I have. So I'm just going to show this, that I've got These idea sheets with the layouts that I've shown today in this video, I'm going to have them as PDFs that you can download for free in our file section of our Stamp TV and Gina K Facebook fans group. So please go to that. Thank you so much for joining me. I've got so many different little tips. One tip I want to share I didn't say, make sure when you're putting your dies on the magnetic board, you can put the little one inside the big one. And so this is a great way to keep them organized and then also to locate them whenever you want to use them. So 31 dies in this set, or no, excuse me, 27 dies in this set. Yep, 27 images, 4 greetings. Okay, thank you so much, and I will see you over in the group. Thanks for being here tonight, and I look forward to chatting with you about both these sets. Look forward to seeing your cards too. Thanks, love you, bye.
You see what I mean? She knocks it out of the park every time. Her cards are just amazing, one after the other. Melanie, those cards were fantastic. And I love the way you mixed and matched everything together and how well, it's almost like you talked to some of the other illustrators before you designed your square starters, because those things just all go together so well with Lisa's sets and with Debbie's Halloween. Amazing. Melanie always blows my mind. I was sitting there really like with my mouth hanging open, watching one card after the next. And I'll tell you, she's not lying when she said she asked for more time. She said, can I have 20 minutes, please? That's how many cards I have. And I said, no, you got to get it all into 10 minutes. But you know what that means? She's going to be flooding Facebook and Instagram and her YouTube channel with lots more inspiration. Now, you may have noticed that Fran from Frantic Stamper has been posting in our group that she also has a pre-order going on for these sets. Also, Simon Says Stamp has a pre-order going on. I'm not sure if Ellen Hudson has a pre-order going on or not, but lots of your local stores would probably be more than happy to put these new sets on reserve because they're going to be shipping out to all of our retailers. So if something sells out here, make sure you check at our retailers too, because lots of the stores have these on reserve. Okay, and when they come in for you guys, they're going to ship right out to our retailers as well. All right, everybody. So now it's time for me to show you my part of the presentation tonight, which is our brand new kit. So without further ado, let's get into it, and then I can make a card for you. And I can't wait to show you all the things that you didn't see sneak peeks of. So let's start out with, so it comes in a cute little box that you can reuse for lots of things, also to keep all of the contents in the kit. And then we decided, some of you had said you really liked the full picture, and our big sheet that we used to put in our bigger size boxes didn't fit. So I shrunk everything down and got everything onto this little inspirational sheet here that tells you everything that's inside. So that helps you keep all the contents together. And if you're like me, you're more visual, right? So yep, you got the whole visual here on this sheet. Now, the first thing we're going to look at is this beautiful stamp set. This is called Doodled Autumn. And look at how big this leaf is. I mean, seriously, this is a huge leaf. Here's a quarter sheet of cardstock, so you can see it's giant. And you're going to be able to do beautiful emboss resist techniques with these leaves. You're going to be able to stamp in color. These are really meant as background stamps for your big greetings. And there's going to be all kinds of ways to use these stamps. So you've got the big thanks, and you've got the Thanksgiving, and then you've got all of the strip sentiments that will go along with the words. So with thanks, thanks for all you do. Then I put a small thanks in there just because some people really need to just do everything on a strip, or you just have a little bit of space. So then you could still do thanks for all you do, or with thanks, many thanks, thanks a bunch, heartfelt thanks. Thanks for being there. Thanks for everything. Thanks to you. Thanksgiving blessings. Thanks a million, and happy Thanksgiving. There's not a lot for Thanksgiving, but there certainly is this beautiful Thanksgiving greeting. And although I don't make a ton of Thanksgiving cards, I like the option to be able to send just a few. So I did decide to add the Thanksgiving in here. Now, When it comes to this thanks, we also did a word and shadow die. So some of you like to stamp it in colors and do embossing, and you want to cut out the word. So you can cut out that word with the shadow die, or you can cut out the entire word thanks out of glitter cardstock, metallic cardstock, black cardstock, however you want to do it. You can stack them up a la Jennifer McGuire, and you can have a greeting that appears to be more like an embellishment. So that comes in the kit as well. Then let me show you what else is in here. So I showed a little sneak peek of this. This is the pattern paper pack. It's got a little sticker on it, but I love these stickers because they don't ruin the book. Look at that. It comes right off without ruining the book. Love that. So let me show you the beautiful patterns that are inside this book. This is our Autumn Splendor 6x6 pattern paper pack. This is on an 80-pound smooth white cardstock. And you've got this beautiful print here. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love that. You've got, and this one is done a little differently. Our last one had 3 sheets of this one, 3 sheets of the other one. This has 8 sheets, and then it repeats again 2 more times. So it's the same amount of cardstock, but if you use this one, it's in there 2 more times. It's just the way the pages are. It's just collated a little differently. So this beautiful pattern, and then we have this plaid pattern. It's like a gingham. It really looks like fabric, and it almost looks like real fabric. I really love this. I think it's great for Thanksgiving. It's great for autumn cards, great for masculine cards, just a nice neutral behind any beautiful layout. Then this one, look at these fun pumpkins and gourds. Isn't that fun? Beautiful, bright autumn colors in that. I love that. And then we've got this burlap pattern. So I really, really love this one. I feel like this is good for autumn cards too. Great for like a strip across the center of your card. Then this beautiful one with these purples. I love purple for autumn. Purple's one of my favorite colors next to teal. And I feel like it works really well with autumn cards, that little splash of purple. Then we've got a gauze pattern that's really nice and simple. And then we've got this one that has some autumn leaves. It's got some flowers here that are in the cranberry tones, the orchid tones, those deep, deep pinks. And then this sweater pattern. And, you know, it's going to be sweater weather soon, so nothing like a nice little sweater pattern for a beautiful background. And then it starts over again 2 more times. So you get all of this pattern paper. You're going to love the quality of the paper. I just love it. Then we did something a little different this time. This is our ephemera pack. Now, last time when you got our ephemera, it was all pre-cut and it was in a little bag. And you had about 20 some odd pieces of ephemera. And people were using it up so quickly that they were getting frustrated, and then it was out of stock for a while, and people loved it, but they couldn't mass produce cards with it because there just wasn't enough. Now, I love those ephemera packs if you're a scrapbooker because, you know, you're going to make 1 page, 2 pages, maybe a couple that coordinate. But then once you're done, you've moved on and you're ready for something new. But for card makers, we need more. So what we did here is we included 12 sheets of ephemera in here, 12 sheets. So it coordinates with the pattern papers just beautifully. Let's see if I can pull one of those. You can see it all coordinates. And then it's got these registration dots. Everybody's wondering, what are the weird dots? Well, what we did was we have a die plate that's going to cut the entire sheet of ephemera out in one swoop. Boom, through the machine, everything gets cut out at once. And you've got 12 sheets, which means you have 216 pieces of ephemera. Tons of cards. You're going to be able to make tons of cards with this. And we are also selling the ephemera packs as a reorder. So if you want to order more of these, you can order more of these. Yes, a die plate. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to do this. You're going to love this. It's so simple. And the other thing too is this is going to allow you to do some fun techniques with them too. If you wanted to recess one of these into a little window, you could make a tiny little window out of a couple of them. It would work for, but mostly it's just a great way to not have ephemera everywhere, just to cut it as you need it. It'll store nicely with your pattern paper. These are 6x6 sheets as well. Actually, they're a little bigger than 6x6 because we wanted to get the registration dots on there. But let me show you how it all works. But first, let me show you what's left in the kit. So I gave you the sneak peek of the purples, but we actually have 6 ink cubes in here. You are getting these deep orchids, and you're getting these lilacs. Now, I know they don't sound like fall colors, but they actually look beautiful with fall colors. But I wanted to name them, you know, what made sense, especially for the lighter ones. So you've got this light lilac, medium lilac, and dark lilac. These are not the same colors as our wild lilac. This is a bluer purple. Okay, so a bluer purple. Oh, this plate will fit inside your Spellbinders machine, you know, your 6-inch machines. Let me show you real quick. Here's the platform, and there's the die. It fits right in there. So you don't have to worry. It's not made for a bigger machine. It's made for your standard die cutting machine. And then you've got these orchids, the light orchid, the medium orchid, and the dark orchid. These colors mixed in with oranges and prickly pear and honey mustard and fresh asparagus, these darker ones are just gorgeous. They're the perfect accent colors for fall, but they're also beautiful for spring and summer as well. And even this color here is a beautiful winter color. It's going to look great in your ink blends and all of that. So we're starting with the cubes, and next month we will release all of the pads and the re-inkers. We may release them early if we have everything, you know, depends how much shipping we have out. But you get all 6 of them in this kit, so you don't have to worry. You're going to have these colors. Great for some of our other layering stamp sets, like the Painted Autumn set that a lot of you have. And also even our layered poinsettia stamp set from last Christmas. You could do purple poinsettias. You could do orchid poinsettias. So you can really kind of take the colors outside of the box. So you get all of those colors in there. Now, here's a little surprise that I didn't show you. We have a 4-part layering stencil in this kit. This was designed by my daughter, Alicia. It's called Delightful Blooms, and it's perfect for these colors too. So it's this beautiful big flower. I'll show it to you what it looks like. There we go. So you do your lightest color with this, and then you go to your next color with this one, and you can see this adds a bunch of really pretty little details in there. And then you add your greens on the stems and the leaves, but inside these 2 spots, you can add your darkest purple or pink or whatever, you know, whatever color you want. And then you can add all of these details on top for the leaves, and you can add more detail in the center. So you can go with a heavier hand or a lighter hand for these centers. So this is, when you hold it up to the light, it is absolutely beautiful. So this is a 4-piece layering stencil. You can get right at it with your new inks, and you can make layered stencil cards. You can use some of your other colors in here to create autumn blends with yellows and oranges and tomato and faded brick and all of that. So this comes in the kit too, and it's a 4-parter. And let's see, they are all labeled. Delightful Blooms 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I wanted to show you something here. Let me just show you this little tip. What some people like to do, meaning some people like me, is I like to take like an ink cube and just kind of rub it over that. And then I take my tidy towel and then I just kind of wipe it away. And it makes it a little easier to see the name on there because it's just etched in there. So you can do that and just don't clean it real well and you'll be able to see. Now, if you want it off of there, just use a little stamp cleaner or a real heavy hand and you'll be able to get it off. But it does help you to read it a little better when you've got that mist of color on there. So that's just a little tip. That was a free tip tonight. Okay, so now let's get to this ephemera, and I'm going to make a quick card because we've already been on for an hour and 15 minutes. And I know a lot of you have to get up in the morning. So I want to show you how easy it is to cut out this ephemera and the best way to get the best results. It's not hard. It's super simple. So let me get my die cutting machine out here. Oh yeah, acrylic paint would work great. That's a great idea. See, I knew if I planted a seed, people would come by with better ideas than me. Acrylic paint for that. Okay, so I'm going to lay this onto my die cutting machine, and then I'm going to tape it down with washi tape because I do not want it to move. So if I tape it with washi tape, something just flew by and I thought it was my floater in my eye, but it wasn't. It was a bug. Okay, so I'm taping it up there onto the plate, and I'm taping it down here. It's not in the way, but it's not going to shift around because it's stuck to the plate. Then I'm going to get my die plate, and I'm going to line up the dots. So we make sure the dots are lined up at the top. We make sure the dots are lined up at the bottom. All right, and once they're all lined up, then I'm going to washi tape that down too, because then I don't have to worry about what happens. Okay, so I'm putting some washi tape there and some washi tape here. There we go. Now I'm going to cut it out. It's that simple, and you're going to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pieces of ephemera real quick. All right. And it goes through pretty easy too. I just tape it down so that nothing shifts. It's just easier for me. And when you're cutting one thing, maybe it's not as worrisome, but when you're cutting 18 things, it does make sense to use a little piece of washi just to hold everything down. Okay, so let's pull that off. Look, everything is cut. So we'll just take this and we'll pop it out. There we go. There's all our ephemera. Is that fun? And look how pretty those pieces are in there. Aren't they beautiful? All cut out and ready to go. I love it. Yes, this will work with the Gemini. When are we expecting? Okay, somebody asked about the pre-order status. So pre-order just means that we are expecting to ship by next Monday. We're just waiting for a few of the stamp sets that didn't arrive yet. And so, yes, you do need to worry about selling out because we only have on pre-order what we have in stock. If that sells out, we will place a reorder. So if there is something that did sell out, make sure you get on the waiting list, and we will make sure that we order more, and then they'll be back in stock in about 3 weeks, they said. Note the ephemera and the cutting plate are not available. Well, you can order more ephemera if you have the cutting plate, but the ephemera and the cutting plate itself is only available in the kit right now. It will go into our regular inventory next month. Okay, so you would do this just like on the Gemini. You would do it exactly the same way that you do any of your other thin dies. There's nothing special. Just tape it down onto your plates. So when you send it through the machine, it doesn't move around. That's all. It's exactly the same. You use these exactly the way you would any other die. There's nothing different about it. It's just like a die plate. It's like one of these, one of these die plates that we use works the same way. This kit is called the Autumn Splendor Kit. Okay, so now we're going to make a really quick little card today. Very quick little card. I am going to cut out this piece of cardstock with master layouts too, because I want a little decorative edge on here. Okay. I got new die plates just so that I could show you that and that you could go back and review it. No idea on what the price will be after it's out of the kit. I do not have that information yet. I'll have to, look and see. It's a big plate, so it's not going to be super inexpensive. But, it's a plate that you buy once and you can continue to buy the refill sheets and you can make autumn cards every autumn. We don't really plan on retiring this, unless it just stops selling. If people don't want it anymore, then at some point, that's how we decide what to retire. That at some point, there's so many new things that people are wanting that it just becomes not relevant as much anymore, and we retire it. And then every once in a while, we bring it out of the vault because people see something new and they get energized. Okay, so I have that little piece of white cardstock. I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to do one of my favorite layouts. You've seen me do this before, but I think it's going to be very pretty with this new ephemera. I think you're really going to like it. I know this is a good one, right? People, and we have a lot of kits. I'm not saying they're not going to sell out, because I do think that they're going to sell out, and I don't think they're going to last very long, but they're going to, we did a lot of kits. We did the most kits that we've ever done for kits with this one. So, alrighty. Okay, yep, black. I know, you guys. Are you surprised that I'm using black? I know. I really need to start getting my charcoal brown out. I don't know if that came in yet. I know we did get a huge shipment of cardstock, but they've got so much cutting, and they have to cut it all down to 8.5 by 11, and then they've got to package it all. So I don't know when that will be back. Okay, and so those two little panels are going to go together just like that. Alrighty. Now, I might pull that back out one more time. So let me get my little piece of paper here. And so I'm going to do my little trick that I like to do for grounding an image. I don't want to use a lot of die cut pieces here. And I'm going to use some craft ink, because craft is very good for this technique and for just for this time of year. It just feels good, right? So let's pick a stencil. I'm going back into the past here with the Harvest Flourish stencil. I could do that one. I know that one's coming back in stock. I could do the brick wall. You could do any, there's so many stencils you could use for this. So just pick a stencil that you like, something that you like, that you enjoy. Okay, and I'm going to get a little washi tape just to put it on the back to be safe. I don't know why I still have my headphones in. I'm not listening to anybody else. We've got a lot of cardstock coming back in. Yeah, I know, Cheryl. I hear you. Cardstock is really, really hard to get right now. I'm sure you see that with all the companies. We're pretty desperate, and I agree. It is very hard to make cards without cardstock. We're doing the best that we can. We've had it on order for a long time. I know some of our cardstock isn't going to be back in stock. They told me until March and April of 2023, but colors are starting to come back in. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of craft ink here, and I'm going to start right in the middle, and I'm going to just work my way up and out. So I'm just giving it a nice little dusting. And so this just grounds my images. It gives me a place to stack them, basically, without having to use a die cut piece. Okay, so see how pretty that is? And that Harvest Flourish, that's really pretty for this. I think it's just got a nice little, it's definitely got an autumn feel to it. But other stencils that you could use for this are the, you could use our water droplet stencil. That's got a similar feel to it. Last Christmas, I think we did, or maybe it was before, the festive stencil that has the same kind of feel. Or you can do something like these leaves, like the thick brush, anything that has just a pattern that gives it some texture. I know the cardstock industry is having a lot of trouble getting cardstock. It's not for not trying. I'm telling you, we are doing everything that we can to try to get it, because we know, how do you make cards? How do you scrapbook? How do you paper craft without paper? It's tough. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this right away onto this black panel. And then I want to decide what greeting I want to use. So I don't know. I was thinking about using give thanks in everything right there. I think I should use that one, or should I use something a little bit more simple? Maybe I'll use something maybe I'll make a Thanksgiving card. Maybe I'll just make a Thanksgiving card. I think I'm going to do that. I love the incentive stamp, don't get me wrong, but I think I want to just go full-blown kit for this one. So I have not used this stamp set yet at all. So I'm going to start with the word Thanksgiving because why not, right? So when you get a brand new stamp, especially these more solid images, I like to condition my stamps. And one thing that I found works really, really well is a Mr. Clean Magic Eraser Cloth. It's very gentle, so it doesn't damage your stamps, but it just gets all of the residue off of your stamp. Super inexpensive. You can do like the whole set. You can also use cooktop cleaner. You can use a little toothpaste, or you can just use a little mussel like this with your fingers. And when it's the first time stamping it, you can stamp it more than once. Okay, so I'm going to put it down here, and then I'll probably do happy right above it. So I'll put it down a little further. Okay. And I'm going to stamp this in black onyx. Also, Versamark is a good thing to use on your stamps. Versamark or watermark and embossing ink helps it take ink a little bit better. Okay. Alrighty. And then I'm going to just give it a little light touch with my Chucky tool. And then I'm going to stamp it one more time. I could have used the die cut too, but because we've been here so long tonight, I don't want to make you guys wait too long to get a card out of this live. Okay, so we've got Thanksgiving there. I'm going to clean this off. And then I'm going to pick, oh boy, I could do Thanksgiving blessings, but I didn't leave enough room. So I'm just going to do Happy Thanksgiving. That's what I'll do. Thank goodness there's one for the top and one for the bottom. All righty. Isn't that a pretty font? It's just a little more upright than some of the fonts. I kind of like that. And then we'll get the little happy right in here. And then we're going to do a quick layout with the ephemera right on there. Okay. I don't know if that's straight. I think I told you before, you know, the stamps can be a little sticky when they're brand new, like to your fingers, and you get it exactly where you want it, and then you let go, and then it moves. I know I'm not alone. All right. Let's go with the black again here. I might use my ink cube since this is a tiny one. Yes, we have many retailers in Canada, and some of them do carry our cardstock. So check out our retailers page because you can find the different retailers and you can give them a call. And the other thing is, if you call them and they don't carry it, but you want it, you can ask them if they'll special order it for you because they have these big orders going up to their stores and we ship things differently that way. So it's a little bit easier for us to ship that way. Okay, so now I've got Happy Thanksgiving. And now I think I'm going to do a craft card base for this. So let me get my card base here because I think the craft and the craft together will look really nice. And it's very unassuming. You know, craft is very muted and soft, and it'll allow the bold, vibrant colors of the ephemera to show through. So let's get this out of the way first before I have an accident. All right. We thank you guys so much for your patience. We know it's really frustrating when the website doesn't work, but I promise you there is nobody in the room more frustrated than me because I ask every month, can my website please be as fast as Amazon on Black Friday? I say that every month. And every month we add more of something. I'm not sure all the terminology, but we're struggling to try to figure out exactly what we need. Yep, Tom is here. He's just, Tom, say hello to everybody. Hi.
Work in the dead space.
Yeah, you were working back there. Tom really had to keep track of a lot tonight to make sure that all of our illustrators.
Nuts back here.
It was crazy. Yeah. And then we had a few trolls that we had to get rid of. I saw you on Troll Patrol. Okay. So I'm zooming in just a little bit here. There we go. Okay. The kit stays as a kit until the next kit debuts. And that will be next month in September. We're going to have our Christmas release in September. And we will have this kit. All this stuff will go into our regular inventory. And you still will have plenty of time to make Thanksgiving cards. Okay. So let's see. I want to do a fun pumpkin layout. I'm telling you, these, you can put these all together. And they are so pretty. Oh my goodness. Look at those. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh. This little guy right here in the front. I like to lay it all out first to decide what I'm going to do. Oh, wow. I'm not sure if I want that up there. Do I want it down here? No, I think I want it up here. Here we go. I think I will move the whole thing up a little bit. And then I'll put a few of these little leaves coming out. Let's see. I have some of these autumn leaves in here. A couple different ones on that side. Ooh, this is pretty too. I'm just having fun. I'm just putting it on there. You don't have to use this much, but I mean, why not? Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I love it. I'm just showing you how well everything works together. So that could be the card right there. That could be the card. Let's just put it all together. And then I know it's a lot. It's a lot of ephemera. You don't have to use this much, but I'm just so jazzed about it. I'm having fun. So let's get all the greenery and yellowery. Right. Go big or go home. I like that. Let's just get these in here. And then we'll do this one like under here. The colors are gorgeous in this set. Okay. There we go. So we've got that ephemera going that way, and then we've got this coming this way. And then we'll have to pop up just a couple things. So we'll put this pumpkin down. We won't pop this guy up. We'll get him right down there like that. And you see, even something simple like that is a card right there. You know, you could just, if you really want to spare your ephemera, you could just do 2 pumpkins, you know, and have a very simple. But I got to do all the pumpkins. I have to. I think I'm going to pop these 3 up. I just have some foam tape here. I'm going to cut a little foam tape and pop these up. There won't be stamps for the plate. Nope, this is just strictly for ephemera. The artist that does these paints them with watercolor, so there's not really any kind of file there to turn them into stamps. Get that one up there. I know there's so many, right? There's so many options. And you can use, the flowers in this are beautiful. And don't forget, mix and match them with the watercolor ephemera. because you have all those beautiful leaves, and some of those are actually a really good color for autumn. There's some browns in those, and some beautiful stuff. This guy gotta pop up right here. Okay. All right. We're getting there. There we go. I love this little purpley blue one. He's so cute. I want to move him up, but I think I might be stuck with where he is right now. Okay, let's see. I just want to move him up a little bit. I think I may have put too much foam tape on him. I don't really need all this foam tape. Let me peel some of that off. Here we go. There. And I'm just going to put a little tape there and tape them down there. Okay, that's better. And then I'm going to add these two leaves. These are different leaves from each other, which I like. And we did a couple extra leaves. I didn't leave enough room, so I'll just trim those off. Stick them under there. Like that. There we go. Okay. And so let me just push everything away and make it look good. All right. And there's my finished card. Isn't that just so easy? The thing I love about this ephemera is you can cut out tons of ephemera and, cut it all out one night and then, organize it the way you want and take this with you, and you can make cards like this on the road. It's super simple and easy to do. All right. But it's also, these are great for scrapbooking. These are great for home decor items. These are great for quick note cards. It's unending what you can do with it. All right, everybody. Well, we're going to give this card away. So who is going to get this card tonight, Tom?
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. This card, this beautiful Happy Thanksgiving card, gorgeous, goes to Carol Joanne Whitby. Carol Joanne Whitby.
Yay! Oh, you know what? Carol, all you have to do is send your name and address to info@ginakdesigns.com, and we will get this card right out to you. I did say that the extra ephemera would be in stock, but maybe we decided not to do it until the die was released as a separate die. I will check on that, and we may just end up releasing it mid-month if we get the ink cubes in. I'll have to see. I'm not 100% sure. So if it's not there, start with the kit. You've got 216 pieces of ephemera. It's plenty to make tons and tons and tons of cards. All right, everybody. Well, this was so much fun. All of our products are available at info@ginakdesigns.com. Click on the shop tab and then go to what's new, and you'll see what's new. What's that?
You said info@GinaK.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. That's the email address. GinaKdesigns.com is our website. GinaKdesigns.com, click the shop tab, and then click the what's new category, and you can find our products there. You can grab your kit and a few other things and have some fun getting started on some of your autumn card making. Well, guess what, guys? I'm always here on Thursday, especially after a release, but I'm not going to be here this Thursday. I am actually taking a trip by myself to visit my friends that I haven't seen for a very long time. But I will be back next Monday night for another live. I'm going to try to get a pre-recorded video done for you using the new kit. I'm going to try to do something with the stencil for you, and I might do another ephemera card. And then I'll save the leaves for when I'm live so we can really talk about leaves and how to make the card look pretty, and we can make it a little longer of a video. But until then, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you all so very much, and we'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.